All right, man, let's talk about it. Lions taking on the Cowboys at home on Thursday night. So they both played Thursday on Thanksgiving. Therefore, the NFL was capitalist and said, hey, before y'all get y'all long week, hey, y'all gonna play again on Thursday. We gonna make this money, right? And yeah, at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? I just think, the stars are aligning for the Cowboys to come in and beat the shit out the Lions. Last year, the Lions did the fool on the Cowboys, embarrassed them at the crib. Right now, the Cowboys are 2-4 on the road, but the Lions ain't looking too good. There's talks about guys retiring. Kirby Joseph may not play again, but then reports came back saying that oh, it's not career ending. Laporta might be done. Who knows, right? When you winning, you don't hear these things. As soon as you start losing, then you start hearing this. But right now, the over and under is at 54.5. Um, so they expected to go over the Cowboys money line plus 142. So 100, you bet on the Cowboys win $142. They 3-point underdogs, standard 3-point favorites. The Lions at home, they're negative 170, $170 when you 100. They get Lions 61.8% chance to win, 37.9%. As of right now, we don't know who's playing. Right now Malik Hooker is questionable. Hakeem, whoever, Dean J, a tackle, is questionable with a knee. Hooker back. Offense tackle Tyler Guyton, ankle. Trayvon Diggs, IR knee. Jadeveon Clowney, questionable hamstring. Kirby Joseph, he practiced Monday, then came back Tuesday and didn't practice, so we don't know. Panisa will rest shoulder, so I heard it was a rest day for him. Him and Taylor Decker. Sang Justra, his 21-day window open for tight end, but he ain't quite ready yet. Sanoy Vaki, thumb, Brock Wright, questionable neck. Out of the last five, the Lions have losers of 3 of the last 5. That Minnesota loss was really broke the camel's back out of anything. Cowboys won the last 3. Vegas, Eagles, Kansas City. After losing to Denver handily in Arizona, and right now, it ain't looking too good for the Lions. The sack leader for the Dallas Cowboys is Justin Houston, or James. Is it James Houston? I think it's James Houston. He played for the Lions. He got 4.5 sacks for them. Right now, George Pickens is dwarfing Amon-Ra St. Brown, 1,142 yards, 73 receptions, 8 TDs to 884 yards for St. Brown, and 75 receptions, 9 TDs. Javonte Williams, 955 yards rushing on 198 carries, 8 touchdowns. John Gibbs, 1,019 yards on 175 carries, 10 TDs. Dak, 25 TDs, 8 interceptions, 3,261 yards. Um, Golf, 3,025 yards, 25 TDs, 1 interceptions. Dak, Dak got 437 pass attempts. That's crazy. To Golf 378. I don't like this game for the Lions, honestly, man. Lions are done. I think this whole regime, in my opinion, may be done. It just seems like it's crumbling. And the reason why it's crumbling is not because of Dan Campbell's game management or because of the offensive coordinator. I think it's kind of crazy that people are calling for I feel like it's crazy that people are calling for are calling for you know uh Calvin Shepard's job. I feel like that's crazy to me, okay? I feel like it's crazy. But honestly, injuries is the reason this team is the where they is or where they at. Injuries are why they in the gutter. Injuries, it's just what it is. I think his inability to tone down practice, Dan Campbell, and find a common ground, and also think the inability of Brad Holmes to identify durable players. He's going out his way and drafting busted up players on purpose. I think he's going out his way and drafting busted up players on purpose. So we all remember the story. He had the car accident, and that's why he feel bad about, injury prone players and all that stuff. But in my humble opinion, man, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. But But Cowboys, they fairly more healthy than us. CD Lamb back. Um, Defense not pretty good, but for the most part, they don't generate a great pass rush. Um, yeah, they don't generate a great pass rush. So Goff, for the most part, may not be running for his life. He had a crowd having his back, and then pass rush not so treacherous. So he'd have opportunities. He has opportunities to put up big numbers and big points. So I think people need to realize that there's going to be opportunities for him to put up points and big numbers, and whether St. Brown plays or not, then Jameson Williams is going to be linked on, and at the end of the day, will he, be able to form a connection with Isaac Tesla and all those guys and let him go? Tim Patrick look bad. Dallas, for the most part, their defense is what they is. They did get Quentin Williams there. He help in the run game. He help in the pass rush game as far as doing little integral things. He ain't the greatest pass rusher, but he's a really good football player. And for the most part, that's it. You know, I think for Dallas to win, they got to establish the run. And once you run the ball, the team like Philly or Detroit, once you run that ball, it's a wrap. That's who their identity is. And when those teams can't stop the run, you can do whatever you want to do to them. And right now, the Lions really haven't been stopping the run like they used to stop the run. And that's because they got a bunch of big motherfuckers playing defensive end. That's not defensive end. They got defensive tackles at defensive end. And they can't generate a pass rush, and it's nasty work. It's nasty work, to be honest with you. It's real nasty work. So if I'm Dallas, if I can establish the run, I'm probably gonna win. Yep, if I'm Dallas, if I can establish the run, I feel like I'm going to win. If I can't establish the run, then I'm in for a long night. If you can run on teams like Philadelphia, Detroit, Kansas City, it's over with. Chicago showed that. They went in there with their two backs and ran all over them. So, for Dallas, the number one objective is to run the ball. That's their number one objective, is to run the football. And if they run the football, they're probably most likely going to win. If they don't run the football, they're going to lose. Simple as that. If they able to get at, they're able to stop the Lions run, and St. Brown don't play, they gonna win. Goff gonna give them a turnover of 3. So that's where they at. And then for the Lions, you got to run the ball. And at the end of the day, they just gonna run Jock Gibbs all day. Shout out to them. But at the end of the day, y'all pay David Montgomery, and y'all don't even use them on goal line and short yardage situations. What was the point of paying them if y'all wasn't gonna use them on goal line and short yardage situations? Is the question, right? And it's hurting them. People don't understand that. They see these electric runs that Jahmyr Gibbs getting, but they don't talk about the stops on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. Why they not getting them? And that's the problem. Montgomery and him, they complement each other. They complement each other, but but yeah, they got to run the ball, play action, expose Dallas secondary. Can the Lions stop Dallas secondary on defense? Stop their receivers on defense. If the Lions can stop Javonte Williams and they can play good defense in the back end, that'd be good. The crowd noise is going to have to be a factor for the Lions because right now they can't generate a pass rush. So it's probably going to be a shootout. I'm going to give Dallas 40-28. I think they're going to beat the shit out the Lions. I know Lions ain't going to have back-to-back losses for quite some time. I don't have any faith in the Lions, bro. Often injured. I don't have any faith. Let's just pack it up and get ready to draft a quarterback, hopefully very highly. But that's my opinion on it, man. 40-28 Dallas. I think they win pretty comfortably. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out the Lions prediction playlist. Follow me on all platforms. Link X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch. Just hit the link tree. You can find me there. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.